Hi, this is Sarah from Aligned with Sarah. This month, our piece of wellness is honesty. And I'm here today to talk about two things that can contribute to blockages in that skill of honesty, developing it, using it, having it available, um, letting it flow. The two things that get in the way. The first one I'm going to talk about is insecurities. Right? So if we have these insecurities, we start telling ourselves these things that are not true. We start telling ourselves that, well, um, no one can do this, or no one's ever on time, or, um, little things or big things where, I can't ever make it. No one ever makes it around here. I'm a woman and it doesn't work out for women. It's always really tough. um, our insecurities really can pave the way for where our focus goes, where our attention goes, and where that goes, where that energy flows, where our attention goes, that's what grows. If we are behind our insecurities, or we're following our insecurities, or we're listening to our insecurities more than we're listening to what might be a more honest experience of, this is hard for me. I might need some support. I might need some help. I'm better at this other thing. This is not my thing to do. So identifying those insecurities and really holding on to them as lessons. Do I need to get better at this? Or do I need to find some support? We don't have to be perfect at everything, right? And we can have physical insecurities about, I wish my hair was straight, or I wish my hair was curly, or I wish my hair was thicker, or I wish my hair was thinner. There's always somebody on the other side of whatever it is that we might have be hung up on with our insecurities. But at the end of the day, everything about us makes us who we are, and finding people that celebrate that can be really a game changer in life. To find somebody that will stand next to you and enjoy those places, right, where we can meet and where we don't meet. Um, that is a very wonderful feeling. And I feel like that can help us in those experiences, that example, having friends, having family, having companions that are our support systems in a very gentle way, can open up those doors for working on those insecurities, especially if they are a physical thing. So, the number two thing, this came up for me this last weekend. It's come up for me a lot this month. The ego can interrupt our experience with honesty. So, insecurities and ego, and having a hold of both of those, but the reality check, not even just like the honest check, the reality check of, is this my ego talking? And my best question to ask myself, whether this is my ego talking, this pride instinct, or if it's really me, I ask myself, why does this matter? And I'm going to give you an example. I shared earlier my experience that super fun weekend, couple days of shooting the bows. I sent a picture of the arrow success to somebody, to one of my friends. And, I don't think I said anything about it, but they said that's almost a kill shot. And I was like, are you kidding me? Because I was not aiming at the center of the target. I was aiming at the arrows that had already been fired for, this challenge of, the arrows here, the arrows there. And I was like, I like instantly I felt my ego rising like right out of my back, um, and saying like, what do you mean? And I was like, well, why does it even matter? Why does it even matter? And I was like, it matters to my ego. It matters to whatever. So I did send them a funny, or sort of, I meant to make it funny. I don't know if it was, but I said, this is my ego talking. And I was not aiming for the center of the target. I was aiming for the arrow that was just fired. And it made me feel better. I got over it. It is just what it is. Did I have to do that? I don't know. Probably not. Did I do it in an offensive way? No, I did not. I was engaging with a friend of mine. It was very light. It was very whatever. But when we get into things that might be touchy subjects for us, sensitive subjects for us, and things that touch in on our insecurities, our ego can come roaring out of us, busting out of our back, making us big, making us trying to be scary. And when they're combined, that insecurity and that ego, it could really affect, the reality of the situation. Like, what honestly is here in front of me? How much is this my own baggage? How much is this is me bringing in all of this, negative thought thinking, positive thought thinking. We talked about that as well this month. The negative mind versus the positive mind, and there's this 1% of this place where they overlap, and that is the neutral mind. And this fact is, I sent somebody a picture and they made a comment and noticed that my arrows were not, in the center of the target. That is even not even the boiled down 1% of that version. You could even be boiled down even more. So, insecurities and egos, how do they contribute to your path in an honest relationship to what is happening in front of you, what's happening during your day? And maybe they even set up your day for, a certain expectation and a certain set of roadblocks. Hopefully, you can shine some light on that and look at that and sit with it and be with it and let that bring you into a new awareness of why does it matter? Which means this could identify this ego. And does this hit on one of my insecurities? So, thank you so much for being here, and I will talk to you again very soon.